Yeah, so this event's in cooperation with a lot of locals, like you said, and it's the first night. Everybody's trying to get the feel for everything, the timing, getting everything down. These guys will lag for the break.
Yeah, it wasn't too close. Kaçi has won the lag. So here we go. Our second match here on table 1 on the first night of the Whirlpool Championship. Eklent Kaçi, who's a former twice winner of the World 10 Ball, UK Open champion last year. He gets us underway.
He does have that power. Watch the 1 in the right middle. Look at the speed at which that ball travels. Got a lot of movement off the 9 as well. He's going to be covered up on the blue 2. The 3-5 combination in the lower right looks on, so it's going to dictate what he does here. Immediately calls the rollout. For you just joining with us, he's able to push the cue ball anywhere he would like, and it's up to his opponent whether he takes that position or returns it to the man rolling out. This is not an easy rollout for the oncoming player. He's got options. The bank is on, but he could also chip the 2 towards the brown 7 and maybe get the cue ball behind or somewhere behind the pink 4. Al-Shaheen at the table. He is not one to shy away from the offensive play. Making the 7. Well, he's made it. Put the hand up, David. I don't know that he intended on it, but this is 9 ball. The show must go on. So he was thinking of using the 3 and 5 as cover there. He caught the 2 a little thicker than he would have liked. Didn't expect it to travel that far over. Neither here nor there. Could be a big opener for him if he can get out here. The 3-5 looked good to the lower right.
Yeah, and the fact that, as you said, 9 ball hasn't been his sort of main focus really of late could make him dangerous, because maybe he has lower expectations than some of the other players, but everyone knows how good he is. He's been in the final before now. He was high as number 4 in the world after getting to that world final. Obviously, he slipped back to 74 because he's not played so much, but he's got the pedigree.
Yeah, very well put. He's a natural player. I get the sense that this rack is real important for Omar. A little flat on the 3. So he could either draw all the way out or take the 4 all the way up to the top left. Could he pinch back and play 4 in the left middle as well? He's got some options. This is what it's come down to. Big shot here. He's just got to make the ball. If he stops right there, he's okay. All about the speed you hit this, because if you hit it to the rail, pocket will not take. If you hit it with any pace, well, he's missed this by some margin.
Yeah, I mean, that just didn't threaten the pocket.
Eklent will take the bank on. Whether he draws the cue ball down here to the bottom rail to where he gets close to the 6 or not, I feel like he's got to take this bank on. I know I said he will, but boy, it's laying almost too good to pass it up. Very clean strike. Played to cinch the bank. Knew he was going to have something good on the 6. 2 rails out here. Yeah, he generates so much power.
Well, Al-Shaheen didn't get close to that attempt on the 4. Eklent Kaçi has done the rest, so he does take the opening rack. Remember, this is once again a race to 9 in the first round here in Jeddah. Yeah, I mean, we saw him playing that practice rack where the cue ball jumped off the table. Didn't look so promising then, but obviously the match has started, and well, he took his chance well in rack 1, looking to exploit, I guess, any rustiness that there is in his opponent if he's not been playing as regularly, certainly competitively in these big tournaments. Getting out of that kind of environment, he might struggle a bit, and that's why Kaçi early on, I'm sure, wants to do some damage, put him right under it if he can by getting a good lead. I'm sure.
Go ahead. These type of events will expose the lack of play, because there is so much pressure on the big stage. They know they're on a stream table, and it seems to me like Omar he was a little quick in that final backswing, real quick actually in the final backswing, if we were able to go back to it at some point, but his transition is typically pretty solid, real smooth. If you're not playing a lot, that confidence or lack of confidence will get exposed in those situations.
Crowd has thinned out again. Obviously that last match ended, but I'm sure it will fill up as this one continues. Lots of different tables, of course, for the audience to watch here. Kaçi raring to play this break shot in the second rack.
And Shane Van Boning, probably the only other one that hits him at this pace. Nice kiss, but once again going to be covered up on the starter, which is the blue 2. This is one I think you've got to get the jump cue out on. Yeah, I believe he's going to go airborne here. Push out just not available where the 2 is at. The reward is big. I would say he is well above 50% to make this 2. Position. And that's another thing. He's caught it fat, David.
Yeah, and in the end, it wasn't the worst result for him in terms of second prize.
Yeah, no doubt it's finished pretty good. This is tricky at best. Can he shave the left side of it, or can he bring the 2 back down? Got a look of concern on the face. A lot of these guys will like to play this ball rail first. If you catch it a little thick, it ends up decent. Looks to me like he's going directly at it. Yeah, trying to bring it down. Terrible. Due to where the 9 is at, this is why it's not terrible. You could, the obvious play is to bank the 2 back up table, but the 9 is there, right? So if you catch the 9 with the blue 2, the cover on the 4 and 8 becomes much smaller. That's kind of what I alluded to, David, right? I mean, that 9 was a big ball. It was always going to be there. It was a fact. Could he get past it or get away from it? Really couldn't.
Al-Shaheen also just wiping the cue down. Of course, he's got the glove on, but he's sticky out there. Ooh, couldn't take advantage. Well, that will concern him.
Yeah, he's definitely got to get settled in. A lot of things probably going through his mind right now. All the wrong things, of course. Easier said than done to stay on track.
Not good to see, though, from him so early in the match. You know, it's a big match, of course, and it's not going to do anything with his confidence.
Yeah, I really like what he did there. Knew he was going to get the 2 past the right middle. He did get it past. Also using the 5 for cover. Going to the jump cue. Omar Al-Shaheen. Needs something good to happen here, David. You get the sense he's kind of out in the middle of no man's land right now.
Yeah, I mean, it started with the miss in the first wrap, but the miss in this one, it was a much easier pot, and now, as you say, in trouble. That could be more after this shot.
That's one thing I think he needs to do. There's nothing wrong with it. Take a little bit more time, especially when you're not feeling it all the way. You can work yourself into that rhythm or that pace that you play, but don't force it. Players tend to play quicker, that try to force themselves into that rhythm that they typically play can backfire. Well, the green 6 going to help or hurt. Kaçi looking at the combination. It's a thin hit on the 2. Very thin. Wondering if he could catch the 2 heavy or thick and draw 1, 2 behind the 8 and 4 if that's available. Almost playing the 2 into the rail and the 6 at the same time. Looks to me like he's going all out for the combination. Seems awfully thin. Okay, I think he is coming down towards the... Oh, he's going to use the 5. Pretty clever. Yeah, very little movement with the object ball and cue ball. Very clever.
Yeah, I guess the sort of balance is between being aggressive but also not presenting a gift to a player who needs one, because at the moment his opponent does, so he's determined not to do that, not open the door for him.
Yeah, that's a big hit right there. Can't quite tell how straight this is, but if he's got any type of angle at all, the man at the table is very good at this shot. Any type of angle where he can go forward, I expect him to get it down. Such a talent, such a straight cueist. Fearless as well.
Yeah, he has great presence, doesn't he? Just around the table, you know, he just sort of looms over the table. Exudes confidence, which goes a long way.
Looking at the long side or the left side of the table for the pink 4, seeing if it goes anywhere from over there. I think he's got to come back and forth. Yeah, I think he's going to have to come back over somewhere around where he is now. Anywhere on this right side of the table. Oh, very nice. Very nice. He's got options. He can punch 2 rails out or 1 rail up. Yeah, clean. So steady over the ball. Rock solid. Al-Shaheen needs to take advantage of his next opportunity at the table, or this man will run away with it.
Yeah, that's the danger, because he had the 2 initially. Al-Shaheen 2 left middle, which he missed. And then was kind of tied up in trouble.
got options here. Typically, they'll play the 2 rails just short of the right middle pocket. And this is going to be perfect. Or is it? Did I speak too soon? It looked like it was going to clear without a problem. And then it just stopped on a dime. You can see the scar right there on his bridge arm. It's pretty serious. He's got to go to the air, David.
Yeah, you could see the way he walked around. He was a little annoyed by that. As you'd understand. It looked a simple put away initially. No problem. What a shot. He's a very confident character. He's got every right to be. And he's not going to miss this. So a couple of mistakes already from Al-Shaheen have been costly. Kaçi looking keen to make it an early night. He's only 2 to the good, but already he is looking dangerous here. And Eklent Kaçi extends his lead to 2. And there's the winning shot, but of course it was the 8 really in the end. The jump on the 8 that was the key. 2-0. Okay. Well, we'll see. Next time Omar Al-Shaheen gets a chance how he's feeling. He's looked a bit rusty so far. He hasn't been playing as much, certainly, as the other top players, and maybe that has just already been a factor. Not for Kaçi, though. He's looked very confident.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the gentlemen that could easily be in the finals of this event. Well, he was a little shallow on the 1, the corner. Ball went flying in. He's going to end up with a pretty clean shot on the yellow. He might need to go rail first. Well, he didn't make the corner ball. The corner ball kissed the pink 4 in. He's got to go rail first here. If not, catch the top side of the 1 and come over for the 2 in the lower right. Doesn't want to get straight on the 2, but this is tricky as it is. Might be able to come out past the center. Clean. He caught the ball going in, got the angle. Big shot here. Not much of an angle. Pump fake. Looking to be somewhere left of where he is now. He has no problem taking a cut on the red 3. He's going to draw all the way back. Oh, so clean. Generates so much power from that position. Really pretty straight on that ball. Didn't have the angle it looked. Got the most out of it.
Yeah, he played it fully expecting to get it, and that makes such a difference. As I say, just his general demeanour. You know, he's worth a lot here. looking not only to win the match, but win it well already. Make a bit of a statement for everyone else watching.
Trickle forward here for the green 6. 8 to the 9 doesn't really look like a problem. I don't see anything slowing him down.
Yeah, and it's important, isn't it, not to look for problems. We've seen that in the first match a couple of times. Players sort of looking for things that maybe weren't there, but Kaçi not doing that.
Yeah, he's real good at avoiding that. One of the better mindsets in the game. You don't very often see anything negative from him. I'd like to get close to straight on this 8. I don't know that it's frozen, but if it is, he definitely wants to get close to straight. Well, he'll be fine here then. Now he's looking to see if it's frozen.
So Eklent Kaçi looking good, not only in himself but in terms of the scoreline as well. 3 to the good, and the danger is this could be a runaway. He's playing good stuff, his opponent's struggling a little, and Eklent Kaçi more than taking advantage. 3-0 in this race to 9.
Got that 8 a little thick, utilized all the pocket.
And it can't afford any let-up, of course. That's the thing when you're on top, because he knows it can turn. It kind of did in the first match. Remember, if you weren't with us on Table 1 earlier, Copigny was really struggling at one point. 6-2 down, 8-6 down to Jeffrey Agnacio, but turn it round 1-9-8 in a real thriller.
Yeah, and the man Kaçi is playing, he has no problem getting loose, and if he does get loose, he can do some damage. I know Kaçi is familiar, but he's also probably familiar he hasn't been playing a lot of pool.
So night 1 of the World Pool Championship here in Jeddah, and Eklent Kaçi 3 to the good already.
And notice those marks, Kaçi going through the cue ball. A lot of power in this break. Shallow on the 1, didn't get the kiss on the corner ball. The 1 does drop, top left. It was the 5 that didn't get the kiss on the corner ball. Evaluating here. Can you see enough of that top rail to go rail first? And if not rail first, just clip the 2. Enough to make it. I don't know. Consider your rollout options, I guess, if it's not makeable. That's what he's doing now. Concern about banking the 2 back down table and using the 6 for cover is, well, the purple 5 is hanging. So if you don't get him covered on the 6, you're going to leave an easy combination. I thought he called push, David. I think he's in between what he wants to do.
Yeah. Still is, by the looks of it.
Yeah, well, I believe he wanted to get that cue ball all the way over to the left long rail. Might be getting this back. Unless Al-Shaheen has better ideas. And he is getting it back. So that's the difference between getting that cue ball to the long rail and where it's at now. This is tricky. What do you have in mind, Kaçi? Chipping the left side of this ball? Very thin if that's what he's attempting. Wow, not easy to do. Pretty great.
Yeah, we are just Al-Shaheen, he missed in the first. It was missable. Get close to it. He missed it, but an easier 2 in the second middle. Presence at all here.
Well, it's finished nicely. He's actually got a lot more swerve on that ball than he expected. With the distance that he had, that cue ball had time to come back. Really grabbed. Fortunate he didn't scratch, but made good contact. Real good contact. Wants to get on the board, doesn't he, Al-Shaheen? Needs some type of an error from Kaçi. Could this be it?
Yeah, he needs a gift, doesn't he? Really, just to, like an easy run, just to get his confidence together and get himself settled, and then who knows? After that, he'd have the break, of course.
Yeah, this is a very tough position. Well, he's actually made a pretty great hit from where he was. He'd like a little more travel. It's an opportunity, David.
Yeah, this first shot is the big one, really. Yeah, he knows it as well. Just composing himself.
Telling himself, just loosen up. He's got to get this 7 down. Yeah, he's just off the mark. Plan B. Just seems to be kind of all over the place. His timing, his backswing doesn't seem as clean as I've seen it. Everything just a little bit off. You could almost say he's playing in his hometown, even though it's not. But he is from the Middle East. You know, he's got friends, family around watching. And he hasn't been playing a lot of pool, so there's quite a bit of pressure on him.
Well, it just felt a bit all or nothing, that.
Kaçi, quick to the table. Gonna weigh this out. 3 does play past the 4. I don't think he needs to come all the way over. But if he does, I believe it plays in the lower right. And that was a result of trying to hold there. He tried to hold the cue ball, put some outside on it, just caught it a little fat. New cloth could have got him there. Cue ball not coming back in time. Now this, David, is a ball that he should not miss. He's typically pretty good with a center ball chop or cut. Looks like he's going to put some outside English on it, but he should get this down.
Yeah, I think this visit could tell us quite a lot. If he can take it out, then fair play is on the scoreboard. If he can't, I feel it might not happen at all. As I say, he has missed a few chances already in the match against a very confident opponent.
Yeah, you've got to get the sense that he's practiced for this, Al-Shaheen, that he's prepared as much as he can. So maybe if he gets comfortable, he'll loosen up, do some damage. But it all starts right here, right now. This is a very routine rotation shot for these guys. Stunning 2 rails out of the lower right corner. Well handled.
Well, every credit. A few missed opportunities already, and of course it was Kaçi who in the end missed in this one to open the door. Al-Shaheen had to kind of kick it down almost, though, to get involved in the match. That's exactly what he's done. So he is on that scoreboard, and maybe that'll be the start of something for Omar Al-Shaheen. Eklent Kaçi's lead reduced to 3-1. Remember, this is a race to 9 in the first round of the World Pool Championship here in Jeddah.
My friend. لما يوقف الوقت ما تطلع كور لما يوقف الوقت هم يتكلمون بخصوص انه ما تطلعون كور لما يوقف الوايد.
So 3-1, it is to Kaçi. Al-Shaheen, of course, with the break here in rack 5.
Yeah, and it looks as if he's come up dry. Nothing on the break. Kaçi to the table.
Well, what he's seen now, and you're maybe wondering if it would happen, is Al-Shaheen just come to the party in that last rack. You know, the pattern was maybe that he wasn't going to do so. So that will just focus Kaçi's mind. It's not going to be necessarily a routine win here.
Yeah, this will be an interesting. Play here. He's got a lot of distance. He's got traffic to worry about in the center of the table on the lower half. And he doesn't want to catch any of the 4. He'd probably be happier if he could go into the 9 or even the 8. He's going to play safe, and I can't blame him. Stay away from the trouble. Force your opponent to make the mistake. A very intelligent shot. I don't know that he got the gap. He might have, and if he did, it's part of it. But I like the decision. Like he got away with that. It looked like quite a bit of deceleration in the backswing, and I don't know if he was playing to go into the 3 heavy like that. I just can't feel that he was. If he was, I tip my hat to him. Neither here nor there. Came away with a good safe.
Not giving much away in the seat.
Oh, great contact. It's about all you can do there, David, is get him moving, see if something good comes of it. Yeah, there is the Al-Shaheen we have seen in the past. Young man can really shoot when he gets comfortable. Very, very talented player.
Yeah, he's maybe just relaxed a little. He's got back into the sort of big tournament feel that he'd been out of for a while, and now he's involved in the match. And that obviously winning the last rack the way he did will have given him a boost of confidence.
Yeah, without a doubt, David. Looking a lot cleaner. He's going to make contact with the 7. So you got to be a little careful here. You don't want this cue ball getting away from you. Nicely done.
Yeah, it's a game where fortunes can change very quickly, we know that, and you know, Kaçi was kind of looking like he owned the table earlier. He was just skulking around, this is mine, but things have turned for sure.
You know, almost the same feel as the match prior. Al-Shaheen is one of those players. If he overthinks the situation, he can talk him out of it. Talk himself out of it. He's so natural. If he just allows it to happen, and you've talked about it, you've touched on it, if he just allows it to happen, man, he's fun to watch. A little flinchy there. I saw a little arm movement. Everything okay? Got it down. Kaçi definitely knows Al-Shaheen is capable.
Yeah, and he's proven it now. So we have a match on our hands. Kaçi won the first 3, and you kind of felt it could be very one-sided at that point. Al-Shaheen, though, played well in these next 2, and there is the winning 9. So 3-2, just 1 in it. We've already seen a 9-8 thriller on this table. Ko Pin-Yi beating Jeffrey Ignacio 9-8, and who knows, this one could be going the distance as well. 3-2 it is. Al-Shaheen crucially now involved well and truly in this match.
Yeah, and you've got to wonder if those first few games are what he needed. Speaking of Al-Shaheen, maybe if he just needed to get that off of his chest, right? A couple big misses. You know, Kaçi letting him back in. You've got to wonder. Sometimes a player, when they get those misses off their chest, David, going forward, they feel like, well, it can't get much worse. I've got nothing to lose. Time to loosen up and move forward. Is that the case? Well, it remains to be seen. A lot of pool left. But I can tell you, he is natural. If he gets flowing, Kaçi knows he can do some damage.
Yeah, and as I say, these matches, they just can turn so quickly. So at the moment, it is Al-Shaheen with the momentum. He's won the last 2. As he prepares to break in rack 6. If you are just joining us, this is night 1 of the World Pool Championship. It's carrying a record first prize of $250,000 on Saturday to the winner. Big, big week here in Jeddah. Here we go, next rack.
Yeah, and you've got to wonder, how much preparation has he put into the break? Well, if that answers any questions, I'd say quite a bit. And the 4 passes in the lower right as well. Same pocket as the 3. Take another look. Almost flicks the 9 in. And that is ideal.
Yeah, he's sort of loosening up, isn't he? And starting to look a lot more fluent now. And a bit of concern for him, he was bossing it earlier on.
Yeah, this is a big rack for the man at the table. And there is no doubt Kaçi looking a little bit more uptight on paper. Everybody would have Kaçi as a pretty solid favorite. Well, That's on paper. This is on Simonis. 860, by the way.
You can always tell when a player feels good because they just get on with playing the shots and not sort of overthinking things. Kaçi just keeping his own counsel there, hoping still could be a mistake coming. Doesn't seem likely now. So it definitely took him a bit of time just to settle into this match, but he's well and truly settled now. Great break it was. And there is the winning 9. So Omar Al-Shaheen looking really good now. Having trailed 3-0, he's levelled at 3-3. And that was a really quick kill. And Kaçi just had to sit and watch it.
Yeah, and that's what Al-Shaheen can do. He is quick. He's powerful. And waste no time. Don't get me wrong. Kaçi, one of my all-time favorite players. He is definitely in my top 5. Precise, intelligent, accurate, powerful. He has it all.
They're just going to wait to break to start this next wrap because there is a commercial break.
لا 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 ما في بريك. بس دقيقة العافية.
It's night 1 of the World Pool Championship here in Jeddah, and this is a fascinating contest. Eklent Kaçi making all the running, winning the first 3 racks. Omar Al-Shaheen has come back very strongly, got to say. 3-3. Race to 9.
Yeah, David, I agree. Fascinating is a real good term for what's happening here. It looked like Kaçi was going to run away with it with a 3-0 lead or a 3-0 lead. And here comes Al-Shaheen storming through 3 games apiece. And he's breaking the balls well. He's got the 1 and 2 down. Faced with a little adversity on the 3. Got to make a decision which way he wants to go. He's going to try to get behind the 4 here. Yeah, it's gone by the wayside. I think he was in between what he wanted to do, get behind the 4, bank the 3, while he did neither. That happens when you're not fully committed. How will Kaçi respond?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't sort of come across as a sort of character to panic unduly if his opponent's playing well. He's more interested in what he's doing, which is the right way to be. Of course, not easy always.
Yeah, and there's a great look. So steady over the ball. 6'5" tall. Not easy. This ball better settle. And I believe he's snookered. If not, it's close. Can he spin this in? He's weighing it up. You can obviously see paint or part of the ball. Can he see enough to make it? Don't believe he's going at the make here. If he is, with a center ball like that, even with a tip of inside, it's hard to tell. I feel like he's looking to cross this ball over. He doesn't like it. Now, with an elevation like that, he's definitely considering making it.
Worth saying, on this table there's no shot clock, so that's why you haven't heard any beeps and why he hasn't asked for a time extension.
Very clever. Did it leak? Does he have a window? I like the decision. 3 rails using the 8. He would have had something on the 5. Nothing great if the 4 went. I don't know, David. If this can be made, it doesn't look like it. No, he definitely snookered. Trying to chip a piece of this ball going in. It's not bad from where he was. We've seen this a few times in the last match as well. Players just hard to get settled in. Obviously, nothing straightforward here. this play. Look at this play. He's used the brown 7 and the fresh cloth to lengthen out the cue ball and then kill to the top rail. Well done, Mr. Kaçi.
Well, to throw in a snooker reference, listen, Mark Selby would have been proud of that one. Probably the finest safety player we've got in that game.
Yeah, what an amazing hit that was. At first, it looked like he caught that ball a little thick, and in the end, it was basically perfect. A lot of good things can happen for making a good hit. He's got to get contact here. I like the speed at which he hit it. Hard to tell. He seems he's acting as if it's makeable. Quickly down on the ball. Oh, nice contact with the 8, and that will work.
Yeah, so the initiative back with Kaçi.
He's a little flat. Wanted a little more angle than that. He can manage. It's a big game to win for Kaçi. He's lost 3 in a row.
Yes, and he knows now he's going to have to work to win this match. He's not just all going to be handed to him. He was handed chances in the early racks. That's gone. His opponent has looked much better since then. So you can't afford to think, I'm sure he doesn't, that he's just going to cruise through.
Yeah, I don't know, David. I wonder if he had other things in mind there. If not, he's hit it perfect. The ball straightened up quite well. Right when he hit it, seemed like he had a little concern.
It seemed to fly a bit, didn't it? But anyway, still nicely on it. Already had one very close match on this table. Another one in progress. Eklent Kaçi. That one was in the balance. 4-3 he leads. Remember, a race to 9 here in round championship. A lot of action going on still here this evening. But playing alongside these guys, they'll be looking up to these players, and just to be here with them, what an inspiration that is for some of the stars of the future. Get to go in the players' lounge and see them, no doubt seek them out for a bit of advice as well. I like how Kaçi always gives the impression he can't wait to break in the next rack. He's just waiting to get on with it, and that sends a little message as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, he seems eager,
Yeah.
right? He seems eager to be at the table. That's what you want to see if you're in Kaçi's corner, and that's why Definitely one of the best breaks in the business. Does he have anything straightforward here? Does the 2 cleanly get by the 6? I don't believe so. Hard to tell. He's going to take a good look at it. Making matters worse, he's elevated over the 9. He can definitely use the 6 for defense if he has to. He doesn't want to in this position. You see a little bit of a smirk on Kaçi's face, saying, how do I make 3 balls on the break and end up here? Ideally, if you can't play the 5, you'd like to sew him to the backside of the 6 or glue him up to the backside of the 6. What does he have in mind? And that's what he had in mind. That'll do for now.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate that he was unable to continue, but kind of didn't make a meal of it, really.
Yeah, and Al-Shaheen has to be happy to even be here in this position. These great players, they're looking for a specific side to catch when they're kicking this ball. Here, I don't know which side really helps you. Do you just want to make solid contact and hope to get a little bit of a good roll on the defensive end, or do you want to luck this ball in somehow? Switching hands as well. Yeah, I like the speed. If it gets to the rail, this is pretty impressive, but it's going to need to run, David.
Yeah, so what a gift for Kaçi.
Yeah, and you've got to wonder if switching hands had anything to do with the power there. Quite a bit short. So just when we thought Al-Shaheen might be in the driver's seat, it's back in the hands of Kaçi. 5 to the 6, maybe a little tricky. Yeah, coming all the way down, closer to the ball. Now he can slide up this long rail. That to grab. It's going to be okay. For a moment, thought it was a little short.
Well, it was a great break that he played. Unlucky not to get on the 2. Al-Shaheen, the shot he played, it didn't reach the cushion. And Kaçi with this 9 to lead 5-3. And still the danger that he could yet run away with the match. There it is then. So Kaçi just re-establishing his authority in this match. 5-3, he needs 4 more and he will be the winner. Yeah, it's been, as ever, a bit of a roller coaster emotionally for both players at the moment. Al-Shaheen again looking a bit sort of, not dejected, but knowing that he's got a lot of work to do here.
Yeah, you get a big yawn out of Al-Shaheen. A little interesting. A lot of these guys have issues sleeping the night before major or the night of major. Talked to a few of them earlier. I won't mention names, but obviously a lot of money at stake here, right? So the wheels are turning in the heads of these talented players.
Yeah, I think they all appreciate the opportunity here and what it could do just for their career, but just personally. Anyway, here we go, 5-3.
The 1 again. Where's the 2 head? Look at the 5 spinning down low nearest the 9. He's going to come with 1 good shot here on the 2. Have another look at this break. No questions about pocketing that 1 in the middle. 1 big shot here, David. It looks pretty good for Eklent Kaçi, leading 5 games to 3. Carries an angle on the 3, the 4. Can't quite tell if it plays in the lower right, but it definitely plays in the lower left, and then the 5 nearest the 9. Well, that could cause an early game. Biggest concern is the cue ball. Does he go back and forth above or below the 3? Yeah, such a good look there. So steady over the ball. Really a nice natural angle here. Avoid any contact with the 8. Shouldn't have any issues. Bit of outside English to straighten this ball back up. Yeah, well done. Just drift forward a little bit.
Yeah, so just checking the exact contact here on this combination. And in it goes. So Eklent Kaçi has well and truly made his move. He's got his 3-rack lead restored. He's looking very confident again. And he's only 3 away, of course, now from victory. 6-3. Again, a very impressive rack from the Albanian. He actually, he's 3 times Albanian snooker champion. First time he played in it, he was actually sort of persuaded to play. Never really played snooker properly. Turned up, won it. And I'm not saying there's a huge snooker constituency in Albania, but even so, it shows you a certain natural flair, I think, and also natural confidence, to turn up, never played the sport properly, and win it. That says a lot about him, actually. But this is his main sport. He's had plenty of success already. UK Open champion last year, played a couple of Mosconi Cups, and he'll be playing many more, I'm sure.
Yeah, full of talent. Hard worker as well. Exudes confidence, like David said. In my opinion, got one of the best breaks, if not the best break on tour when it's happening. There's the contact with the 9 that he's looking for. He's going to come away with a good shot on the 2. Cue ball on the rail. I believe he's got an angle. He can definitely drop down below the 3. Can he get up above the 3? I don't know if there's any reason to go that far. The 3 does play in the top left. See how he feels. Okay, he was going to bend it. Wow, great speed.
Yeah, the two have to go together. You have to be obviously in control of the cue ball. You also have to be in control of yourself. And at the moment, he's doing both really well.
Shot he shot there on the 2. That's taking advantage of the newer cloth. These guys are very familiar with bending that cue ball with a high ball. They shoot it all too often. They do. Really, one shot away from a pretty big lead at 7 games to 3. Falling real nicely on the 5.
Yeah, and it's only round 1. Obviously, there's a long way to go, but I think the players are aware. Everyone's watching. All the other players in the players' lounge, they're aware of how people are playing, and they'll take note of a strong opening performance. Seeing players who've adjusted well to conditions, who are feeling good ahead of a big week here.
Yeah, it's well pointed out. There is typically never a doubt. The players always know. They always seem to know who's performing well. They don't have to be right there, but they know. He's fallen a little funny here, David. Just a little, right? I think he can go forward. Doesn't really want to come back due to where the 7 is at. He's going to come tight out of that top right corner with a high left cue ball. Falling a little flat here as well. Pretty well hit, though. Could come all the way back. Gets short side. He's kind of in the middle of it. What he's looking at now. Just a pinch draw. Be happy if it was back where he's at now, practically. Maybe a little further. He does have the stroke to punch out. I don't know that that's necessary here. Just a nice, smooth. Let's just come all the way back. The power the 6'5" Albanian can generate.
Yeah, there's nothing hesitant about the way he plays. Is that makes him an attractive player to watch. So 2 more pots for a 7-3 lead. Yeah, he just seems nicely relaxed, but at the same time, very determined. Good combination to have. Eklent Kaçi playing really good stuff now. He's won 4 racks in a row. He leads 7-3, and he needs 2 more for victory. Yes, he's really made his move here, and in very impressive fashion. And the sort of shots that you think are where there might be trouble, he hasn't. He's played them as if he fully expects to get them. Played them aggressively, confidently, and he's really pressing on for the win now.
Yeah, David, I like the way he played that 7, right? That way he knows he's not in between the draw stroke. He just goes ahead and lets it out. He knows he's going to come all the way out for the 8. If you're confident you can make that ball and you're confident in the stroke, go ahead and let it out, big man. That's what he did. Just kind of seeing a little different level of player at the table right now. Keep your eye on the 1. Comes short. A little bit of a miss hit. And the pink 4 trickles in. Can he see a sliver of the 1?
Well, he's come around, I think, to look at the potting angle. Maybe just see enough of it.
Yeah, it looks from here like he can definitely see a piece of it. From here, it looks a lot tougher. Oh, yeah. Nicely done. Maybe a little trouble with the 6. Obviously doesn't pass in the lower right. So 5 to the 6 poses a small question or concern. That's what he is evaluating at the moment. Is he looking to play the steep angle on the purple 5? Swing 1, 2, 3, 4 tight in behind the 9. So he would wrap around the top right corner, down into the lower left. Let's see where he ends up after this 3. So there it looks like he's entertaining a high cue ball coming over to the right side of the table. That way he's coming 1 rail towards the 6. Personally, I think that's probably a cleaner play, a little less cue ball movement going that route. gets the most out of that. But he's kind of right where he doesn't want to be. I think you want to be all the way over. Just kind of in the middle is what I should say. Yeah, he's not thrilled with it, David.
Yeah, and it's a sort of critical stage now, isn't it? Because Omar Al-Shaheen is desperate to get some sort of chance, and he's hoping it's going to come soon. But certainly, if Kaçi can take this rack out, it doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, so he'd like to have either come all the way out or stayed to the left about 3 rotations. Now he's kind of in the middle of everything. Really has nowhere to go. He could power this ball, still do what I said he could possibly do and wrap around this lower right corner, but boy, he's really got to hit it. It's not going to finish how he would have liked. Oh, he's caught a piece of the 8. He's lucked the 6 in, David. But he's kind of glued to the 7. Can he twist it towards the pocket? He's got to shoot away from it. They aren't frozen.
The 8 waiting over the pocket. Yeah, he's very close to it.
And if they aren't frozen, I believe he can. This angle looks very tough, but if there is a gap, he can exploit it. Well, this way he's considering throwing it in. That means they're... Or is he just going to ticky this ball?
Yeah, every option seems sort of problematic.
Possibly weighing up the kick to the middle. It's pretty good speed right there from where he was. Cue ball finished real nice. This is a challenge for Al-Shaheen at best. Boy, that's a tall order. Trying to catch the clean side of that 7 toward the pocket. You'd almost have to spin this ball with a right ball and catch the rail first. If you're trying to catch this ball going in, it's such an accurate hit. Not saying you can't do it, but boy, it's a tall ask. You are asking a lot catching this 7 going in. Doesn't have a lot, though, with where the 8 is. Do or die for Al-Shaheen. Wow. He did catch it going in.
Wow, well, could that turn this match, maybe? It's a start for sure, because it was sort of petering out. Kaçi folds his arms. Can't quite believe it.
And that's what this young man can do at times. He's a shot maker, and that was a shot.
Yeah, one of the best shots of the night, that. And it's kept him very much in contention. As I say, it was turning into a bit of a possession for Eklent Kaçi, but that one shot may well have turned things back in Al-Shaheen's favour. It wins him the rack. 7-4 is the comeback on. We will see, of course, in due course, but that, well, terrific shot to pull out at that stage with everything on the line.
Yeah, absolutely fabulous. He was pretty much close to glued to the back rail. Didn't have much of the cue ball he could hit. He's going to take a break.
Yeah, and we will pick up when he returns. So 7-4, Al-Shaheen with that terrific shot in the last rack to keep himself in. They're still trailing, but he's got the break back.
Watch the cue ball. That is not good timing for Al-Shaheen. Kaçi will take advantage. Actually made nice contact. He got a bad kiss off the top of the 9, and that's the kiss you're looking for. They're typically looking to run straight into the 9 out the top side. It could prove disastrous. Really don't see a lot of trouble. Maybe the 4 to the 5. Getting on the 3 with ball in hand shouldn't be too difficult. And he's falling really nice here. Close to straight in. Isn't terrible on the 4 here. kind of on the wrong side, but he can manufacture the angle. He can go forward. He's overbent this ball. Did he get hooked, David? Well, it's close.
Yeah, I mean, he's got down to plate once. Now he's having another good look.
Yeah, he's just really powered that ball with a lot of top. Easy to overbend that cue ball on fresh cloth.
Just okay.
So a painful scratch, painful kiss off the 9 for Al-Shaheen. Had a chance to possibly get within 2. Instead, he's going to be trailing by 4.
Yeah, one shot looked like it might have turned things in Al-Shaheen's favour, and then one more shot has turned it back. The break. Cue ball fine in the middle pocket. Eklent Kaçi not been sort of plain sailing here, but he has taken them, and it is 8-4, and he's a heavy favourite still to get the win here on day 1 of the World Pool Championship here in Jeddah. Still plenty of action going on. It's quite late at night, but a lot of pools still being played. So, can he bring this home now? He's trying to be like Cinderella, get home by midnight. It's now 6 minutes to, so let's see how he does.
He can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this man's got the break. I know I say it. Look at the marks on the table. Well, you know Kaçi's been here. Well, he's just come short. He was pretty quick. The 8 falls. He's not going to have a clean look on the 1.
Push.
Hear it on your screens at home. He calls the push. Wants to be careful. Doesn't want to leave anything clean. Yeah, so he's trying to find a space that he just doesn't leave a clean side of the 1, meaning pocketable. To leave him flat where he's putting his cue. So this tells me that he's not concerned about Omar being able to make the one with position, and that's pretty evident. Does, however, look like he could, at minimum, play the cue ball tight behind the 3. Although requires pretty clean and accurate hit. You know, if you don't get him behind the 3, you'll leave something easy on the 1. So what's he got in mind? Well, he's going to chop it in and go into the back of the 3. What a hit.
Yeah, he's a terrific shot maker. We've seen that in this match. It's just whether it's going to be enough.
And what a starting shot by Omar. Coming into the back of the 3 like that. Such a great ball maker. When he's playing, he can do a lot of damage quickly. Another clean strike right there.
Yeah, he's shown, I would say, more than flashes of his best. It's just putting it all together, isn't it, consistently? And also, he's come up against someone who's playing really well, is looking confident. It's just whether Omar Al-Shaheen here can just make this a bit closer, just put a bit of pressure on Kaçi to actually get it won.
He's got work left to do here. He's got to avoid the left middle. Gonna come above it, maybe go short side like so. Wants to keep the angle. Not out of the woods yet, David. The 7, still a little tricky. He's falling on a nice line here. Most likely want to come back here. You don't want to go forward. Players are afraid of rolling that ball past the side. So he will come back.
Oh, but he's missed it. Yeah, that's been the story really tonight. Just flashes of brilliance and then mistakes.
Yeah, and I guess that's signs, David, of not playing enough, not being in the grease, not being in competition. Sometimes second-guessing yourself when the pressure's really on. Nothing straightforward here. Does he attack? I think he's got to attack, but let's see what he's got up his sleeve. Yeah, looks like he might actually be coming back behind the 9 now that I see this line. Yeah, that's pure maturity. Pure maturity right there, and that's why he is the player he is.
Yeah, showing a bit of patience. And not risking handing Al-Shaheen the rack, and then who knows after that. Giving him a literal head scratcher here.
Yeah, he's going to have to come to the second rail, which is the left long rail above the left middle. Like to catch the top side of the 7. He's got a chance of making it if he makes good contact. Well, he's coming straight at it.
And it's surely over. Yeah, he's looked good at times, but Eklent Kaçi all night has been confident. Of course, he was 3 up. He went 3-3. But then he pulled away. And he's going to get the win here. Not quite by midnight, but he doesn't mind as long as he gets to 9. And that's what he's done. So Eklent Kaçi wins an entertaining match, 9-4. Omar Al-Shaheen was just a bit inconsistent. And Kaçi, no great celebration. It's only round 1, but he's got the job done by 9 racks to 4. There is the winning ball. So that concludes play on table 1 on day 1 of the World Pool Championship here in Jeddah. My thanks to Scott. My thanks to you all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock local time, for day 2. We'll see you then.